I missed something yesterday out here when I was out here. I was going to show you items in the garden. There's two items that I missed, and they're out here. And let me go make sure that there's something to show you. Yeah. So it was right here. And they're not nowhere near ready. But anyway, there's one or two I can show you maybe. And these are coming on, but they're not ready either. And what it is fennel and kohlrabi. Fennel and kohlrabi. Again, these are not ready. As usual, a lot of times you can look, you might run across one. They're getting there. Here's one that might be ready right in here. I mean, it's not ready, but it's close enough. Right here by this post, it'll be the third T-post. Let me get out here where I can show you. I'll go show you, because I want you to see this. Okay, that's the row of fennel out through there that I was wanting to show you. And it's coming on, but it ain't ready. But fennel, it makes a bulb like that right there. And I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna pull me a limb off and taste that limb, because I already know what it tastes like. It tastes like licorice. So I'll get me a little fern up here. Just a little fern, and I'm gonna taste it. Yeah, it's the closest thing to licorice. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna, let me do something here. I should have never tasted that. I should have never tasted it, because I'll show you now what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna steal that one. I'm gonna steal it. Now this one, they'll get a lot bigger. This is just getting a good start. But I'm gonna sacrifice this little booger right here. You can see that, how it comes up and grows. That's the fennel. I'm gonna wash it first to keep dirt out of here. Just wash it. Now that gets hot where that's laying out, so I don't want to wash nothing with scalding water, including myself. There we go. Now she's cool. Just wash it off. Wash down in the fronds there. I just tell you, that's good stuff. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let that lay there for right now and get me a drink of water again. And then we'll go out here and check on the kohlrabi. I can't remember who it was, but somebody wanted to see the kohlrabi, how it growed or something, I don't remember. Right here is the more of the fennel, more of the fennel. Tomatoes. Yeah. It's a doing all right, I think. And the zooks, the squash out through there, I picked them all yesterday again. These little plants ain't little plants no more. If I can find it. There was a decent one in here. Most of them, they just ain't made it yet, I'll tell you they ain't. But let's see, there or here. I'm gonna take this one. You probably won't be able to see me pull it, but I'll show you. I'll show you. You can see here now. Let me ease it down there. Maybe you can see it there. That's the kohlrabi. If you can't see it here, you'll be able to see it over at the place in a minute where we wash them. Kohlrabi, kohlrabi. Kohlrabi. I'll lay the fennel right over here for now. And then I'll see if I can't wash the dirt off of the kohlrabi. The soil, the dirt, the growing medium. Like I say, you don't have to. Normally I wouldn't wash this root off. I just want to show you what it looks like. And I'm sure you can see it by now. But this is how they grow. For people that have never seen one grow, and this is not done. I'm saying this ain't finished. But you can see the kohlrabi there. Let me get this water off. The kohlrabi. Kohlrabi. This is good. It grows on top of the ground. It's like it's sitting on top of my hand. Roots down here. This grows on top. Now, like a turnip grows under the ground naturally, this grows on top of the ground. And to me, it's kind of a cross between a turnip and cabbage. What I do when I pull these is I cut that root off. You cut that limb off, cut that bottoming off. This You can cut that off. You can eat them leaves if you want to. And I'll just show you. I'll just whack those leaves off. Like that. Now, funny looking thing now, ain't it? Whack that off. Whack that off. Looking more like a kohlrabi. Taste this. I'm gonna taste this top leaf. To be fine cooked. So now you've got a kohlrabi. A kohlrabi. Now let's check it out. See if it's any good. First thing I do is peel them. I mean, when you're eating them like this. You can cook these however you want to do it. And again, this ain't mature. This will get bigger than that. Hopefully. Some of them's bigger than others. Some of them get 2 inch, some of them get big as a softball. I think that's the giant kohlrabi. Cannot remember the name of this one. I'll assure you it's not the giant. Now this, peel it off, peel it down to where it's tender. Where it's good and tender. Want no tough on this when you're eating them raw. And that skin on these is fairly tough. Now, just peel the side off. Now, these are real crisp. Real mild with a cabbage taste. If no one has ever ate one of these, I'll tell you the closest thing that I could describe that it tastes like. And that would be if you take a cabbage head. A lot of you deal with cabbage understand what the heart of the cabbage is. The stalk, the heart. That part that most people cut off leaves that big stalk right down the middle of the cabbage head. Then you can peel that tough skin off of that, peel it. Then eat that heart of that cabbage. When you get done, it almost looks like a big radish or a carrot, but it's white. That's almost exactly what that tastes like. If anything, this is a little milder, but it's real crunchy, crisp, juicy. If you like the heart of a cabbage, the stalk part that I described, you'll love these. And these are very, very easy to grow. Like any other thing in the brassica family, you've got to watch those little white butterflies you've been seeing flying all around here, because them's cabbage loopers. They're the one that make your cabbage worms. You have to treat this with BT, bacterium, let's see, Bacteria thuringiensis or something like that, BT. I think that's what it's called, Bacteria thuringiensis or something, I don't know. Easy to remember, BT. You raise brassicas, you better get you a can of it. Or you'll feed those little butterflies, those little white butterfly, the larvae. It used to worry me to death when I seen them. They're just doing their job. And then you got to come along and do your job. Okay, I will talk with my mouth full. I said I will finish that in a minute. I'll show you the fennel. After I get this old stupid, I don't know what they call them bugs, it gets on them chestnuts. I don't know how it got in my water, but it did. This, again, is fennel. And I do it the same way. Fennel, fronds. You can save all this. You can dry this, make herbs like out of it, whatever. If you let this go to seed, this makes a seed. There's a seed, a spice, a seed that tastes almost like licorice. Got a licorice taste to it. I can't remember. They call it caraway seed, maybe? I cannot remember. But these fronds is licoricey taste. Be good to, if you was cooking something that needed that taste, you could just throw that whole frond in there. I'm not going to save these, but I'll just cut these off like this. And then I'm after that center one. I will try it, because you know that would be the most tender piece. That licorice. And then I cut that root off. These would be that wide. This is a baby, this start. And take these off and wash them. Wash them. Make sure there's no dirt, because dirt gets right down in the leaves there, like it does anything else. Dust, dirt, gets right down in there. Take that off. The outer ones usually I just get rid of right off the bat. And then everything should be pretty clean. Make sure there's nothing on it, as anything else you would eat out of a garden. And then you can pull them apart just like that and check. And these, you can eat raw. I don't like them raw. You cook these, you slice them up, put them in a big skillet of olive oil or whatever kind of oil you want to use. And once I get them clean, I'll cut them this way. Pretty good little chunks, and stir fry them a little bit in that oil not screaming hot, but when these start getting kind of a little translucent, well, you can actually do it at the same time. Cut garlic up. Take you some fresh garlic and mix about equal parts garlic and fennel. And it's good. I mean, I run across that recipe. I don't know how anyone could have ever come up with that idea, but it'll fool you. These need to be cooked. They need to be cooked with garlic, fennel, garlic, salt and pepper. It tastes like licorice, the licorice taste. Whatever seed that is, herb, it tastes kind of like licorice. That's where it comes from, off that fennel. Caraway seed, I don't know if that's it or not. Back to the kohlrabi. Stupid bugs. They fall off that tree. They won't be here much longer. Kohlrabi. Good. Crisp, juicy, refreshing, especially if you put them in a crisper drawer, let them chill down. They really get crisp. Nothing else today. I've got to clean my mess up. I'll show you that mess. I'll show you my mess with the onions. Oh, they are something else too. I want to show you. There's my mess of onions. And it is a mess, it's a pile. It is a pile. That's an arugula bloom there that you're looking at. And that's a bee of some kind, probably a bumblebee. That's what happens when you leave stuff to bloom in your garden. It attracts insects, bees and stuff, which is good, extremely good. Stephanie, my wife, got out here yesterday and she weeded all the brassica patch out. She got all that weeded out. The good old beans out there. Don't know if it'll, there it goes. They're climbing. They're doing their best. So anyway, I want to take you over here and show you the garlic that we hung up, that we've got drying. There's the garlic. That's the garlic that we got drying. We hung here a while back. And here is the remainder of those Egyptian walking onions that we just tied up. I just hung them up there to see how they do. Don't miss that. That's the remainder of last year's Hickory King corn. The remainder, I say. Garlic. It's drying good. Look at them tops. Look at them tops, how they've dried. And that ain't been there long. A week, maybe, if that long. Well, I think. I don't remember. I've done in swat too, off of that bundle right there. Cut yesterday evening. I'm afraid that I'm not going to have enough to eat and seed, but I usually do. One little patch that I planted the little top sets from. I planted the top sets from last year. You can see the Egyptian walking onion. See, the bulb's not big, but you got to understand most of them is there were several in a group. Back to the garlic. I know everybody saw garlic till they're sick of it. That's it. Got one more thing I'm going to wheel around here and show you. That is corn. Corn, you can see it tasseling. And I'm kindly worried about my corn patch up here, this one. I'll tell you the reason. I'll show you the reason. I will show you the reason. I'm going to walk out there and you can get a visual of how tall this corn is. I won't say tall. I should say how short it is. And I'm missing something here. Now this corn right here, there's a big Japanese beetle eating on it. See, this corn right here is a tassel. Right here. A little over waist high. A little over waist high, starting to tassel right here. Now, I'm gonna walk over here and get into this corn. Now this corn here, it's got silk on it. It's a making itself right here. And this ain't, I guess the tallest one might be 6 foot and 3 or 4 inches. Right here. That's the tallest ones in here that I see. But now they've got little silk on them. I need to go through here and make sure there's no goose foot or lamb's quarter that's straddling the silk. Because if it is, there won't be no corn. Can't get pollinated. So I'm standing in the corn patch. And the corn patch, I called some corn that I planted one year, which was peaches and cream. I nicknamed it the corn that was coon head high. And what I meant by that was the ears of corn, the coons, they didn't have to rear up on their hind legs. But now I know this is Silver Queen, the first 2 rows. The next 2 rows or 3 is the Silver or Golden Queen. And over on that side's Bodacious. All I can say, I don't know what to say. I just hope it makes something. Miniature corn, who knows? They tell me, I've read that the shorter the corn stalk, the sweeter it usually is. I seen somebody talking about that the other day. And if that be the case, this will be sweet. It'll be sweet. And the Hickory King corn patch, I'll take you right there and look at it while I'm here. Anyway, that's the Hickory King corn. It's getting fairly tall. A lot taller than this. I'm telling you. There's some silk in there. Silk somewhere. Corn's pretty.